All right, this date time set for final settlement conference. Have you guys talked? Have you been able to resolve anything?
Not really.
I don't know if we've had some emails in the last week, but I don't think there's been any movement on resolution.
All right, so where are the parties, I guess? Where?
Well, Your Honor, the overview is that Ryan is now 5 months late on rent. Last payment was in August of 2023. About this non-payment of rent action after serving him with the non-payment of rent, properly serving him with the summons and complaint after waiting period. And at that time, during the first hearing, Mr. Halicki informed Judge Barr that he was unable to make payment. So we proceeded to a second hearing in front of Your Honor. At that time, his defense became, in our opinion, that there was uninhabitability, that there was a constructive eviction, lacking a certificate of occupancy, and failure to have state licensing. Those claims, if I recall them correctly, we deny each of those, Your Honor. Each of those points, we have, in the interim, sent a 30-day notice of eviction. Our last offer was to drop the money judgment and to allow Mr. Halicki 20 days to move out. That remains on the table, Your Honor. I believe that to be a fair, very fair settlement proposal on these facts. It's a month-to-month lease. Any notion of constructive eviction is moot over the term of the lease. If this was a year-long lease or a life tenancy, you would be able to say after 1 month. I
didn't ask for argument.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. So,
sir, where are you?
I'm pretty much already in the process of moving. All my belongings are pretty much already gone out of the premises. Okay. I'm just still there helping my wife still pack, and because she's still going to have another eviction on her if they presume to go against her, because they didn't include her in this one. I'm not sure why. But my claim.
Okay, I get it. So that's your wife?
Yeah, or fiance if you want.
Fiance, okay. Well, there really is a difference, but I get you. She's in the premises?
Yes, as well as our 2 kids.
Okay. Was plaintiff aware of that?
Plaintiff was aware, plaintiff's counsel not as aware, but the fact is, Your Honor, that this is an oral lease and Mr. Halicki was making all payments to my client's knowledge. My client did have knowledge that there were.
Okay, so we got a problem though, because when this was filed, typically it's filed against the person and then all other occupants.
Correct. Yes, Your Honor.
And this was not.
Correct.
So if he leaves, then what is plaintiff intending upon doing? Because this is now a mess.
We have already served a 30-day notice on Mr. Halicki and all occupants. That 30-day notice was sent approximately a week ago.
Your fiance, if she wants to come up and speak.
She's actually a witness to the case too in the claim. So
no, I got it. Hello. What's your name?
Caitlin Childress.
Oh. And you were residing in the premises?
I am, yes.
All right. So here's a suggestion I'm going to make to both parties, because everybody's going to be running up expense, running back and forth, doing whatever. And just to try to come to some resolution of the entirety of the matter. Are you intending upon vacating the premises, ma'am?
I was not. Actually, I was waiting until I got my tax return And then I was going to discuss with Matt personally on possibly coming to an agreement on buying our trailer that we reside in and beginning construction or having his assistance with fixing it the rest of the way up.
Okay, Matt is who?
The
The
owner.
owner. I also work for his company, so he's my boss as well.
Yeah.
So I saw him more often, so I spoke to him more than he did. So
I take it by the look on your face, counsel, you didn't know that either.
This is news to the plaintiff's counsel.
it's slow season too, so I mean I haven't seen Matt in a few months. So I'm more of a seasonal because it's landscaping.
Okay, so you work for the owner of the premises. You're waiting on a tax return to see if you can purchase the trailer, then fix it up and still reside there.
Yes, I would like to remain in the area. I like the school district, and my son has been there for the last 3 years. So
Okay. And you're just going to move out.
Yeah, if you want to pursue judgment on this, I'm completely fine moving forward as far as me, as far as her. I mean, I can't speak on her.
Okay, so here's going to be. The problem is, and this is really for the plaintiff, knowing this now, you understand that I could give a judgment, but you can't do anything with it. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's no way that you could do, I could give a judgment for possession, but I don't know that that's gonna help anything because you can't, I wouldn't issue a writ because there are people in the premises.
we also never signed a lease,
Who didn't?
either of us.
No, I know, and that's why you're getting the 30-day on it.
I think, Your Honor, plaintiff would be satisfied to put the timing of everything on the 30-day notice, go to have a hearing, get the writ issued.
Right. And I don't necessarily. Okay, so part of the problem is going to be is that was the 30-day sent to
It was
her?
first class mail to, it was addressed to Mr.
I actually have the paper. Yeah,
I received it in the mail on Monday.
but
So
still,
were you on it?
No,
it now says Ryan / and or occupant. So if you want
Got
to
it. No, that's fine. Okay, so that says that. Okay, so I get that we could do the timing to try to do that. But I don't think 20 days is the timing because if the occupants don't move out on the 30th and then you have to begin a case,
refile.
then it's going to be whatever down the road. So, well, let me ask this. And maybe this is the timing we really look at. When are you planning on getting your tax return and having this conversation with the owner?
well, unfortunately, without a vehicle, I'm at the mercy of my neighbor. I already have all the paperwork I need to go and file my taxes. There's an HR block in town in Manchester. I plan to do that as soon as possible. The whole situation is unfortunate. I didn't see it coming. This has been the plan for a long time to get my taxes and possibly come to an agreement on buying the trailer. So this all kind of hinders that. And me being seasonal, I only worked 2 days a week doing flower bed maintenance. And then I also got a second job at a landscaping company in town. So, and without a vehicle, I mean, you can only do so much. But yeah, that was my plan, is to get a car and start working and figuring it out.
All right. In terms of your counterclaims, what do you want to do with your counterclaims?
I would still wish to have you just kind of make a judgment on it.
Okay, for the money judgment portion. All right, let's do this then. That 30-day. I don't know when it expires. You would know something regarding the purchase, your taxes and the purchase, and whether or not that's going to even happen.
Yeah, it should be within the next 3 or 4 weeks if I have them filed in the next couple of days.
Gotcha. But then you'd also have an answer from the owner, you think, by that point?
I haven't heard from him or spoken to him in a few months. So I don't know. I don't. Typically, when I went to work, I spoke to his manager. So, I mean, I don't know where he is. I know where he lives, but.
So here's what I'm going to suggest. You're actually moved out.
Yeah, most of my belongings. Yeah, the only purpose I'm just solely there for is just still helping pack up the remainder of the house, because under my pretense, he's probably not going to make a deal and we're still going to have to vacate. So I'm just pre-planning and.
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of family for 4 people to go and stay at somebody else's house. So it's a conundrum, to say the least.
All right. Okay, so timing wise, and I think what council says may be appropriate, but that notice to quit expires on the 22nd. Just giving my best guess. If you filed then that's a Thursday, it expires. So even if you filed on the 23rd, but more likely you filed that Monday, the 26th, right?
I would have to look at my calendar, but that's a fair assumption, Your Honor.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, if you filed it on the 26th, you're going to get that's a February. If everything goes like it should, you'd have a first hearing on that case on the 8th of March. And then the second hearing would happen on the 15th of March.
That's right.
And I might be off by a week or so on that, but that's my best estimate of what would happen. If there's no deal made, let me ask this: you guys have to move? Let's say, can you move by the 15th of March?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I can probably have the whole place packed up and already ready to go out door by then. So if there's a judgment, we can be out within whatever you grant.
Yeah, but okay. So I guess here's my thought: is that you get your taxes back, you say I want to purchase it, and let's say worst case scenario, owner says no, or you can't get through to the owner.
I moved to Tennessee with my grandparents.
Pardon?
I moved to Tennessee with my grandparents. That's my only option, really.
Okay, and would that happen by the 15th of March?
Probably not. My son's still in school, so
Right.
I'm kind of in a situation. I don't want to drag him out and have him miss anything and then not know where he's going. And
Okay.
I still don't have a car, so even getting anywhere would be impossible. So, I mean, if he does say yes and the price is reasonable, given how much money we've put into the trailer personally before he bought the place, I'm hoping it's reasonable because it's the trailer park. So
we got one piece missing here. So I don't know. What were you going to say, counsel?
I wish the old owner would have said something before he sold the place, and I would have just made the offer to him.
This is news to council, Your Honor, and I just have no way of commenting on the possibility of what the chances are of any of this coming to be. That's
All right.
my only.
Yeah, right. I got you. Here's what I would then suggest.
I could possibly get a hold of his son, but I have had limited interaction with him, so I mean.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to suggest regarding the case that's in front of me today, is that I issue a judgment for possession against you, since you're going to be, that the date would be March 15th. So really 45 days out. Hopefully by that time you're going to have an answer. And what that also does is, I would hope you'd have an answer of something before then. But if you don't, council files the case, that case comes up, we'll be looking to try to time what might be an eviction on that with what may happen on the other case. That makes sense? Kind of messed up, but I didn't do it. I'm just giving best guess I can do. And then adjourn out to sometime in April, the money judgment claims, because those they might disappear if it's purchased.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wouldn't want to be liable for what's owed because that wouldn't have been possible.
well, that's probably going to cause a problem on the sale. But I mean, I don't know, counsel. What do you think of that? I mean, what do you think of the March 15th date? I guess is.
Your Honor, I think that's appropriate given the circumstances.
Okay. And then I'm going to adjourn the money judgment portion out into April because it doesn't make any sense for me to try to adjudicate that now with what's transpiring here.
Your Honor, one comment is that part of the basis for Mr. Halicki's counterclaim is issues with the condition of the property. The property owner had a mold consultant to the property earlier this month who advised drastic remediation. That cannot happen with the tenants there. This is the purpose. That was the purpose of the 30-day notice, is to just, we need the property emptied. It's by the consultant's words, I believe, to be an unsafe in its current condition. We've requested, therefore, that they vacate within 30 days or sooner if possible for their own well-being. This, initially, Your Honor, we filed a non-payment of rent, assuming we would get this back on track. And the second hearing, the answer was, look at the condition. That drastically changed things from non-payment to just vacate, please. That was the purpose of 30-day notice. So I don't know about practically speaking, if the landlord if they can remain there in its current condition between now and March 15, and how the landlord can effectively manage the habitability of the property with 2 children and a mother and father or mother at the property. That is the pressing issue, Your Honor.
You guys just keep adding things. And make it all right. Ma'am, you've got 2 kids there.
Yes.
So let me.
Had the roof been done.
Pardon?
I was saying, if the roof had been done prior to waiting 6 months, the damages wouldn't have been as drastic.
Okay, I get that may be the case. I'm not going to, at this point, worry about how it got to that point. I would more worry about were you aware that somebody was saying that that people shouldn't be in the premises?
If you look at the pictures, I mean, it's clear as day, no one should even be in there.
Our kids no longer, in the beginning when we moved there, they had their own rooms. It was fine. You know, we replaced most of the flooring because there was water damage. The previous owner said that the roof had been redone in the last 3 years, and we didn't worry about it, and it progressively got worse. So for the last year and a half or so, they've been sleeping on the couches in the living room. They don't go in their bedrooms anymore. I mean,
Okay, but
it is a situation that our biggest problem is our son is still in school in the area, and there aren't a whole lot of places. We're out of options basically at the moment.
okay.
I mean, if there was another, I get the point that there's money owed. There is a.
Okay, but here's what I'm saying. I'm not, right now, I'm not gonna worry about the money being owed. I'm not gonna worry about any of that. What it sounds to me like is that, and I'm not even at the point of saying, I'm not trying to place blame anywhere. I'm not saying that. You and 2 kids are residing in a place that is on the verge of becoming uninhabitable. I mean, that's the reality of it, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
And the reason that you're there is because you don't have any other way, any place to go.
Exactly. My point
Okay, hold on,
was,
just stop for a moment. I want to make sure I've got a clear picture. Plaintiff, rather than initially pursuing the 30 days, just trying to get into the premises, so takes the quicker route, does the 7-day, but then the claims come up and now you just do the 30-day because you need them out. So, as I'm listening to both parties, what it seems to me is that plaintiff wants you out because they need to do something.
Mhm.
You guys need to be out because it doesn't sound like that's a safe environment for you and your kids. All right, let me ask you this. Have you contacted Hawk? You don't even know what that is. You probably haven't because
I was hoping that there would be another trailer in the park temporarily. But that's not likely for him to agree to because of what's owed. I completely understand wanting it, the safety measures and things and wanting to get in there and take care of it. But
okay.
I've tried getting.
Maybe people are not hearing me. You guys need to be out.
Yes.
And all the other stuff is whatever it is. I mean, it's going to work itself out, but you guys need to be out, but you need to be able to have yourself housed someplace. I mean, that's just the bottom line to this as I see it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mhm.
Okay, you're going to need, can we give her the number to Hawk? All right. Amy's not here today. All right. I'm going to give you a number. You need to call there. Indicate that basically you're a single mom, you've got 2 kids, that you need to relocate.
Yeah, emergency housing.
Well, yeah, but they're going to need to relocate you.
Yeah. His mother kept bringing up Section 8, but she doesn't understand that.
Well, no, that's a huge list. Here's what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is we have services that will do, on their criteria, will relocate you on an emergency basis. Now, whether or not they consider the circumstances to be that, that's not my call. All right. But bottom line is you need to get out. You're about out. Well, your property is, whatever, and you're there packing up the other thing. I would suggest, since both parties are in agreement that the unit is or should not be occupied. I mean, that's what I'm hearing here. That you proceed along the lines of getting yourself out. But I would call Hawk right away and indicate that you have to get out. Now, has any government authority been out there to inspect the premises?
Nope, and I filed a complaint with the state, and they're according to me that it falls on the city's problem, and
Correct. That's exactly what happens. But call Hawk. What I'm going to do, counsel, is I'm just going to put this out a couple weeks so that we can.
I think that's appropriate, Your Honor. Really, the timeline is should be oriented to the 30-day notice. That's the
I don't know that. Okay, I get everybody wants these, certainly the procedures and the like. But what I'm hearing here is I've got a unit. The landlord doesn't want you guys there. You guys shouldn't be there. I mean, for various reasons. You know, you could say it's because you haven't paid. It's because you shouldn't be there because it's dangerous.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Okay, so I think that's what has to happen, is that you guys have to get out of there. And what you have to do is you have to find a way to get out. I don't think the 30-day, although that's sitting there in the background, that timetable shouldn't be dictating anything. If you called Hawk and Hawk said, we've got a place that you can get you and your kids to tomorrow, you should likely do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So let me put you guys on February 13th, 2024 at 9 a.m. I want you all back here in person. We'll be about a little short of the 30-day notice, but maybe something will have happened and that doesn't.
I have to go that far.
Okay. I'm not going to worry. I mean, here's the other reality. I don't know, because I don't have many cases out of Freedom. Do they have their own inspector? Do you know?
they have
Their zoning?
they have a zoning administrator who enforces the ordinances. I don't know the scope of manufactured home inspection.
Right. Because, I mean, quite frankly, if Freedom Township knows, they're going to have to come out and inspect. And here's the reality for you folks. It might be they come out and inspect.
And condemn it.
And they condemn it, and then you have to leave right then.
Exactly.
So if that happens, you've got to be prepared to do that.
I've already planned for every scenario. If
Okay.
that happens, that happens. But
Your Honor.
Yeah, but
sorry.
so folks, listen. How old are your kids?
7 and about to be 4.
Okay. And I go back to what my mom told me. Sometimes you can't worry about you big people. You've got to worry about the little people.
Yeah, that's my.
And so, yeah, that's your concern. But ma'am, if that's your concern, you get them out of there.
Yeah.
I mean, you just get them out. I mean, planning for scenarios is fine, but this isn't a circumstance where you're planning for a scenario. Well, if this happens, this is what we're going to do. If this happens, this is what we're going to do. That's not it. The reality is we have to get out.
I'm aware of that, but my whole scenario is they're just now pushing this matter when this has been ongoing for almost this entire calendar year.
It doesn't matter. What's it matter if they're pushing it now?
I mean,
There's a 7 and 4-year-old that are living in conditions they shouldn't be living in. That's the bottom line. So I don't care whether they came here today, they come next year, it doesn't matter. They shouldn't be there. And since they shouldn't be there, you've got to get them out of there. They can't even use their bedroom.
Trust me, it's a very sad situation. I know. I just don't know how to go about it. I mean, my son's in the school. I mean, I would have to change schools. My mom lives way out in Detroit.
Okay, and he comes down with some serious respiratory issue because of the mold that's there. What are you going to do then? It doesn't matter what school he's in, right? If you got to go visit him in the hospital because you haven't done what you should do, it doesn't matter. The school doesn't matter. Priorities, people. Call Hawk today.
Yes.
I'll see you guys on the 13th. Then we'll figure out what we're going to do. Thank you.
What started as a routine landlord-tenant dispute quickly turned into something far more serious. As the hearing unfolded, the judge realized this case wasn't just about missed rent payments, it was about two young children living in conditions that could put their health at risk. In that moment, the courtroom's focus shifted from legal arguments to protecting a family's safety. Instead of rushing to a final decision, the judge urged the family to seek emergency housing before tragedy could strike. It's a powerful reminder that behind every court case are real people facing life-changing challenges. What do you think? Did the judge make the right decision by putting the children's safety above the legal battle?